She's sipping. Show your mug, your glass. Look at that. How cool is that?
It's like an iridescent skull.
That's so cool. Hello, everyone.
How
We're
much
back.
do you think I paid for this cup?
$10.
Move the decimal over 2.
100?
That would be 1, but 10 cents.
10 cents.
Yeah. Clearance.
Total score. I
love
that.
I was looking to go get something and I saw these somewhere and I was like, oh, are these like returns going back? And he was like, oh no, that's somebody's merchandise. And I always check out in the little auto section so I don't have to go to the main line.
Yeah. Oh, at
But,
Walmart. Yeah, it's easier to go in the auto. Yeah.
And I was like, hold on a second. I'm going to go see if there's more of those. And there was a few more left on the shelf, so
That's
I had a couple
cool.
of these.
A few more and I didn't get one.
You have yours at my house.
Oh.
But you wanted to film over here where we don't have any lighting. And the
I know.
chairs are hard and made of wood.
We're going to go over there after here.
Right.
Anyway, so what are we talking about today? Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get all of our cool
What are we
stuff.
talking about today?
I have no idea.
Knocker-uppers. Knocker-uppers.
Knocker-uppers?
Not exactly what you're thinking.
Okay, because...
Do you want to know why? Because
neither of us can do that.
Their job is no longer needed because we have alarm clocks.
Oh.
Knocker-uppers.
So it's a person?
So, some time ago, in 1920-ish Ireland, England era, you would have people like this with these long sticks that would come and tap on your windows to wake you up in the morning.
I love that.
I.e., they were your alarm clock. I actually found this photo. I can't tell you where this one's from because I just found this one randomly. But there's a different style of potentially waking
She's an
someone
alarm
up.
clock.
So, and what would happen is they would come and they would tap on your window and you toss them something, whether it be money or maybe something else, and thanking them
Bucket
for
of
waking
water.
you
You don't want to get up.
And then sometimes they would even offer a snooze option where they would say, well, I'll stay for a few more minutes, and then they'd get extra money or an added bonus for allowing them to sleep for a few extra minutes before rapping on their window one more time.
Wow.
Yes, knocker-uppers.
Knocker-uppers.
It was knocker-ups, but
Knocker-ups.
anyway, I said it was very amusing.
Yeah.
So we also have things like the automobile coming into play. And in the very beginning, not many people at all were capable of acquiring something of such fanciness. But as more people, they became more readily available, accidents would happen. So they had people that were traffic lights. So he would stop and go. So he pulled that lever up and down, depending on who was coming from which sides.
I wonder how many times they got hit.
Probably a lot.
Well, there was no speed limits or anything. I watched the Turner Classic older black and white movies from the 30s and 40s, and you know, I love them because there wasn't speed limits and things like that.
And I mean, yes, they had wooden wheels on the cars, but they still kind of went faster than you would think. Like
my mother had wooden wheels on her roller skates.
Yes.
I wish I still had those roller skates.
So apparently in bowling alleys, often for smaller kids, they'd maybe get like a candy bar or something, and
they were
they'd
the
pick up
pin
the
putter-uppers?
Yeah, the pin picker-uppers. Bowling alley pin setters.
Pin setters.
Yes.
Pin picker-uppers. That's another new Peter Piper picked up.
You'll have some places where you still have old school setups. A lot of them you don't manually put them down. I've seen ones where you walk to the other side of the bowling alley and you put your pins in you have to load them in.
little slots,
and then
it comes
drops
down and
it
gets
and comes
them,
back up.
Yeah.
So there is still some kind of manual ones out there, although most of them are pretty automated.
That's cool. What's a nice little job for the kids? Because little kids used to work back then, so
They did.
keep them out of trouble.
They did. Then you've got, where's my picture of this?
I think more kids should work.
So my phone wouldn't let me keep these in order, which is a little bit annoying. Like I try to put them in a folder so I can keep them all for just this. Here we go.
Oh.
But then now I can't sort them out. So then you had your ice cutters, not the ones just delivering it. These had the much more dangerous job.
Oh, the
actually physically standing
and cutting chunks of ice out
of the water,
lakes.
See that? Like how they're standing right next to the edge.
I never thought of that. Like
Exactly,
where they got that ice from.
Yeah. And then you'd have the people that would come
with those big things and put them on the
saved the photo
trucks.
of the ones that put them on the trucks, but I must not have saved it. I was working late last night.
Our neighbor, or he's older than me, and he remembers they had the ice house, and all that kind of stuff. And you could actually make one by taking like 5-gallon buckets, fill them with water around here. Now, like if you don't live up in the north where you get like, now it's below 0 weather for a few days.
You got the snow.
Yes, but if you take those buckets with water and then close them and then, what did I say wrong? Water.
You take them buckets with
Water, and then let them freeze. And then if you have like one of those.
Make sure you leave yourself enough space because expansion happens when freezing.
Yeah.
Which is why your doors are more likely to get stuck in the winter because they're
expanding.
They're
That's why they don't fill propane
But they
tanks
also will
all the
swell
way.
in the summer when it's super humid. So just to know, they can stick in the summer as well.
Oh.
If it's dry out, and hot, they'll work like a charm, like a charm.
Like a charm. You're
Like a
thinking about
water.
water and you're doing charm.
So,
you're in
anywho,
English.
now that we've given Bella an aneurysm,
I know. If you haven't seen Bella Unchinella, L.O., check her out. She's fabulous. I'm gonna, if I can tag her, I will. I
She's
put her in my
learning.
community tab. Put her in my community tab. She bought some paintings for me. Thank you so much, Bella, for your donation to the animal shelter. And also, she did an unboxing of the paintings, and I threw some extra stuff in there, of course.
yes. So speaking of dangerous old jobs that don't exist
Dangerous
anymore,
old jobs.
before you had log trucks to transport logs, they actually had people that rowed them down the river
What?
with long sticks, also pushing on other ones to help
Oh.
control them. And Craig and I had a conversation about this last night because you can see them how they're kind of just like legit. They're all just like standing on these, and these are going down the river, and they're using the sticks in front
They
to
spin.
like push. Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna have to walk and spin with them so you don't fall in. And then
Wow.
my take of falling in would be you're underneath a bunch of logs and you can't push on the ground unless it's shallow enough.
To
So
get up.
like getting back up and then getting back up between them without getting hit by another one. So yeah, dangerous job that probably made these
Wow.
people have some serious balancing skills.
Yeah. And back to, we did a video when we mentioned Robin Williams. There's an awesome movie called Insomnia with Robin Williams. He plays an evil person, and Al Pacino. And the movie was fabulous, and it's one of the only ones that I know of where the movie was made first and the book was made afterwards. And the reason I'm bringing that up
I was waiting
is
for that.
because it's made in Alaska, where it was all daylight all day that time of the year, and Al Pacino is chasing Robin Williams, and they're running over the logs
Ah.
in the water. Hence, why that even. See, there was a reason, wasn't? No, that was very related to the comment and statement that you were making. So I
This
wasn't-
also has to do with logs.
yes.
So speaking of completely related to what we're talking about
Yeah.
now, here's another job.
It segues in my head.
So I'm gonna let you see this one first.
Okay, what are they doing?
This
Calling
is
aliens?
radar. So prior to radar, they would do that. Like if you cuff your ears, everyone cuff your ears right now.
Yeah.
How much better you can hear, or how
Oh,
I
yeah.
can put my ears up like this, and I can
Absolutely.
hear the sound bouncing off the ceiling if I put my, so you have control. So that's
Yeah.
literally what they're doing. Or just like if you put your phone in a box and cut a hole, it makes your phone louder. They're amplifying the sound, but these people are listening for enemy aircraft.
Oh.
That is radar. Before radar was radar.
Oh.
Jobs that no longer exist because now there's radar and
There's
alarm
radar.
clocks and trucks.
I wonder in 20 years from now how many jobs won't exist now that have been taken over by new cool
That
technology.
is possible. So anyone that's watched It's Always Sunny before might appreciate this next one.
Probably everybody that watches us has seen It's Always Sunny.
So
It's that kind of humor.
we have the official and the Charlie version of rat catchers.
Rat catchers?
Rat catchers, yes.
Oh.
Actual rat catchers. So I believe it was England. I'm not going in order, so we're all in place. I believe it was England that had the biggest issue with the rats. So what would happen is they would like go around killing them, and you can get paid by bringing the dead rats. And like, oh, I got rid of this many like rats for you.
You get
And Charlie
piecework.
from It's Always Sunny, like if you really do look at that bottom picture,
Charlie's
this
the bomb.
dude just like coming out of the basement, gun in hand, like got me
It's so
wrecked.
funny. If you haven't seen It's Always Sunny, it's a great.
It's a great
series.
show that if you idolize the characters, you're not getting it. You're supposed to
Oh,
understand that they're horrible
people.
people doing awful things.
That's the
They're
humor.
just bringing light to things like
To
hey,
issues.
Don't do
Yeah.
this. This is not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Do not be like those characters.
Okay.
That's the
What
whole
other
premise
genres
of
did we
it.
not talk about?
That is cool.
Oh, then you had the Resurrectionists.
The Resurrectionist.
So I knew that
What a
people
great,
would.
cool
That's that you don't really need the photo. The photo is just cool looking.
Oh my
Um,
God! I want to paint that.
So body snatchers. Apparently, the initial people that would pay for that to happen most were universities.
Yes.
Because cadavers were so hard to find.
That I
So
know.
they would pay to have legal means wasn't easy. So let's get these people to go dig up a grave that just got with fresh dirt. Let's get that
Yeah.
body and let's study that. So
Yes, that I knew
Original
from
Body
watching old
Snatchers.
movies.
Body Snatchers is also a very ridiculous movie.
I friggin' loved it with Donald Sutherland.
I said it's a ridiculous movie. I didn't say it was bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't diss movies that other people like you do. Jeez,
Oh,
Point
like
Break.
Point Break. Come on, that is the stupidest movie.
So then you'd have lecturists.
Yeah. But we still have lectures.
So
today.
these are people that would sit like you notice like they're factory workers. So if you look at the people around, it's a bunch of people working, and
Oh.
then somebody that would come and read things to them.
Oh,
And I was like,
radio
oh, that's
on.
super, super nice. Until I learned that most of the times that they were paid for by the factory workers themselves. So it wasn't even like it's been going on forever. Big corporate doesn't care. But
Propaganda.
yeah, so a lot of times enough of them would get together to chip in some money to try to get someone to read to them. And it even got to a point where sometimes they'd be reading legal proceedings like unionizing and stuff like that. So they would pay this person.
Oh.
The company couldn't do anything, or the factory they were working for, because they're paying this person to be there. And they were like learning how to like have their lives be better. And then sometimes they were also just like reading them stories and such. It did vary.
So that's before the radio stations
And I'm going
earpods
to leave
and
you with this
iPods.
last one. Let's look at this image of good old Annie Edison Taylor.
Annie Edison Taylor. Oh, I don't want to always have to
She's
wear
the
the
lady
outfits,
that went over
but yes.
the river or over the waterfall in the barrel. So
In
she
Niagara
had that
Falls.
barrel made. She actually put a cat down first, and the cat survived. So there's a fun fact. They didn't really care about animals much in the back
Oh
of the day.
no, terrible.
Care about them more now. But yeah, so she had this custom made for her birthday in 1901, and she was hoping that somehow she'd become rich from this stunt. But she put the cat over, and the cat survived, and then she went over in Niagara Falls in this barrel
Yeah.
and survived it. Do not go over waterfalls and
No,
barrels
they don't let
at
you do
home.
that anymore. We don't live very far from
make a
Niagara
joke about
Falls.
it,
We
yeah.
go up there.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
The
and
man
go
that
on
lives
boat.
here is actually in my
In
kitchen
barrels.
right now without permission, but he didn't ask permission
If
first.
he had asked permission, he would have interrupted. and
But he
gotten
would
trouble
have been in
interrupting.
trouble
So
for
he's smarter
interrupting the
being quiet.
video.
Yes.
So regardless of what he does, he gets into trouble. But anyway, he took my niece came up to visit. Hi Alyssa, if you're watching, and hi Laura, if you're watching. We went up to Niagara Falls, I think this past summer.
Yep.
Yeah, and they don't let you go over with the barrel anymore.
No, definitely
But it's
not
so
allowed.
cool. I mean, you just stand there and you're getting the sprays from the water coming over and the rainbows. It's really pretty. So if you ever come to visit me, or if you want to go to Niagara Falls, you can come and hang out here and then go to Niagara Falls. Because I'm like, how far away are we from Niagara Falls? Man in this house.
2 hours.
How far away from me? 2 hours? Yes. He said yes. He's talking softly because he doesn't want to be videotaped.
But yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Barrel ladies, Niagara
Oh my,
Falls.
almost, we're over
Don't
14
go chasing
minutes.
waterfalls.
Don't go chasing. Is it waterfalls or rainbows?
Well, the song
The
I'm
song is
referencing
what.
is
Oh, those
waterfalls.
girls with the things on their eyes.
Yes,
And one
them.
burnt down someone's house.
Well,
Yeah.
we won't go into all that.
I know, I'm always.
Those are the
I'm like
facts we're
Debbie
here for.
Downer day. This
Yeah.
is Debbie Downer day for me for some reason. I
I
don't know.
hope you're not
Love
crying
you all.
for Miss Happy.
I
over
know,
here.
Miss Happy. Let me just kill your happiness.
Hopefully you're better on a different day.
I
than
should
we
have like devil horns.
I know, right? I should've brought
Oh
those.
my god. Love you guys.